Hello guys, Termex here, and today we ask the age-old question, should you use more than 300 dexterity on any of your dexterity builds? Let's talk about that. But in all seriousness, should you be using more than 300 dexterity within New World? Well, I have multiple answers for you based on what you are doing in this game. Are you 1, looking to be a glass cannon, 2, looking to hit for a bunch of damage, and or 3, looking to torture yourself and get one tapped every 3 seconds? If you answered yes to any of the following 3 questions, then going over 300 dexterity is definitely for you. And I say this because with dexterity in this game, you are getting more benefits out of overspecing. It is not something like the rapier where you could spec dexterity and intelligence and get double benefits, but certain weapons in this game, like the bow is purely dexterity. So if you're going to be a bow and arrow main, you should always go above 300 dexterity if you're looking to actually do good damage. But let's say I only use spear, or I only use rapier along with a great axe. Well, if you're doing something like that, you really have no literal reason to go over 300 dexterity. If you're in medium armor, if you're in heavy armor, dexterity most of the time isn't something you want to overspec into because you want constitution, you want strength for your other weapons. Now, the thing about dexterity is it needs that bonus movement and it needs all those benefits. And if you're doing a glass cannon setup like I prefer to do, I generally run a 384 dex with 50 con setup, and it does me wonders. If you look at these target dummies right here, this is against what PvP would be like, and it does a decent amount of damage on these target dummies. Now, this is best case scenario. They're wearing light armor, and I could do maximum damage amount of DPS. I have clips on screen I'll show here that are from my bow build. I recommend you check that out after today's video. It would mean a lot. I basically go over why I hit for so much damage, how I hit for so much damage, and even in PvP with people that are using the best heavy armor in the game, I could still crit headshot them for around 3 to 4k, which was never possible before this update. And the fact that orichalcum arrows are working properly, the fact that bow got a lot of cooldown reductions, it did get slight nerfs that I talked about in a separate video. I don't want to make this video too long, but I think the bow is in a great spot. I would change a few things when it comes to the amount of rapid shot we can do and all that kind of fun stuff, but overall I'm happy, and the bow is still as fun as ever. And if you're looking to spec over 300 dexterity, I highly recommend you give it a shot. Even if you don't like it, it's only 200 gold to respec. See if you're okay with the glass cannon setup. Most of the time, if you're in a group, you're going to be in the back anyway. I mean, unless you get targeted, you're going to be fine, but you have multiple ways of surviving that. You could put on a rapier. That's a musket. That's not a rapier. You could put on a rapier, and you could dodge around, and if you run out of dodge stamina, make sure you use this ability, and if you're getting shot at from range, use this ability. You have lots and lots of ways to evade damage. You even have evade shot on this bow build that I made a video on that's already out. If you're skilled enough to have decent enough movement to make up for your lack of survivability, and that's how you like to play the game, always on the edge, wondering if you're going to die in a few seconds or get one tapped if you make one wrong move, then this is a really fun, entertaining playstyle that I think you will enjoy, and honestly, give it a shot. I recommend it to anyone using bow specifically. I don't know if you're going to get as much out of it with a musket build. I do imagine it is like that. But yeah, that's just my opinion, you guys. I do believe that max dexterity with slight constitution is pretty fun. But the majority of my fun on New World has been using more than 300 dexterity, hitting for big damage numbers, and this new update made it even more viable because heavy armors and paladin builds aren't really as meta anymore. I hate to say it, but Void Gauntlet is a hard counter, and overall the whole meta is just being shifted at the moment, but bow and arrow and dexterity has been in a great spot, and I'm happy to see that. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you prefer using more than 300 dexterity? Is it something that you guys enjoy? Maybe you hate the bow and arrow now and you don't even want to touch dexterity. Make sure you guys leave a like on this video so it spreads my content more out to the New World community, and make sure you guys subscribe so you never miss out on another video from me. But you guys have a terrific day, and I will see you guys later.